Hey everybody, I am in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. This is a home to Bethlehem Steel, if you remember that company. I'm not sure if they're around anymore, but in my part of town and around Baltimore, there was a big place, big factory for steel making. This place originally had the Lenape Native Americans who were here before colonists came. I'm here again with my friend Julie, but I'm starting off here in the Moravian Cemetery. So you might think, well, this is a weird place to start off. Well, she's really into cemeteries and because there's a lot of history here, and also Callie's into it, my daughter, and so I wanted to show it off. But the reason why I chose this one was because it's pretty significant. There are no tall headstones, they're all flat. And that's because this place is called God's Acre. And the people who started this cemetery were, they believed that everyone was equal in death. So this place has different nationalities, races, and people with different beliefs. And they didn't let anybody have a bigger headstone than another. So as you can see, they're all really old. So this is the oldest maintained, continuously maintained cemetery in America. People like George Washington, Alexander Hamilton, all those people came to this town at one point. In the 20th century, this town was called Christmas City because it's been long connected with Christmas. It was the first city to ever display a decorated Christmas tree in America. So did you know there was a term for people who are interested in cemeteries? They're called cemetery tourists or tapophiles. So there's plenty of people who like to visit cemeteries. And one of Julie's things she wants to do, what did you tell me you wanted to do?
I think it's a really cool concept to go around some of these old graves or the tombstones, the way they were set up with like a lot of the moms and the grandmoms that were going to be missed, they would leave a recipe on their tombstone. And I like cooking, so I thought it would be really cool to go find all these ancient recipes, try them out at home, make the dish, and then come back to the cemetery and have it with their loved ones.
I think that's a cool idea.
I'm on the hunt.
So I'm just gonna walk around here, do a little exploring. I'm just curious, you know, like some of these stones are really old. The last person to be here, buried here, was, I don't know who it was, but it was 1910 when they were last buried. So there's stones here from the 1700s. What'd you find? What's this?
Elizabeth Wise, she was born 1764. And she died in October of 1840.
Wow, you can see how much this is worn. Because you can barely see some of it. If it weren't for some of this dark part in here, it'd be hard to see. Elizabeth Wise, I guess. And I can barely make that out, but I can see that she was born in, I think she was born February 1764. So she was, yeah, she lived, you know, she was 60, yeah, she was about, what, 80 years old. That's pretty cool. She had a good life. What do you got?
This one's really clear.
Oh, this person, Ann Jones, was born the year America became independent, 1776. Died 1846. That's cool. Oh, wow, this is cool. So Elizabeth Beck, better known as Liesl Beckel. Oh, so Elizabeth Beckel, born 1754. She nursed General Lafayette from September 1777 to October 1777. So I believe that was one of the French generals that came over to help us during the Revolutionary War.
She was the village nurse.
So she was the village nurse. That's pretty dope. That's cool.
Very visible still.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting how some of them are worn down and hers is pretty visible. So here's another interesting one. They got John Brandmuller. So he was born in 1704, died in 1777. He was a home missionary. I'm not sure what that means. And then he drowned in the mill race. I'm not sure what the mill race is, but he drowned in it. That sucks. Interesting though. We got one where this one split for one reason or the other. You see they tried to repair it. You can barely make it out.
He was the infant son, 1833 to 1834.
Oh, so he only lived a year.
Poor John.
That's kind of sad. So honoring Revolutionary soldiers. So this is a soldier, I guess. William Jones. So this is someone who fought to keep this country free of Britain. You were successful, William. Well, I guess he knew because he lived till 1831. This is a beautiful fall day here in Bethlehem, end of October. I bet you it's really beautiful during Christmas because, like I said, this is Christmas town, is what they call it.
Christian Ethwin.
Oh, okay. These are either easier to see. So Christian Ethwin, 1752, born in London, son of Bishop Ethwin and wife stonemason.
This had to be their relative. They were also born in London, buried together. It looks like near each other.
I think many people from England, because this was this was colonial days. So
Gotcha.
see, John George Green.
They were
Germany.
born in Germany.
Yeah, there's people from all over the place. That's pretty dope. Well, here's some small little ones. What is that? Edwin Schultz, born 1808. Interesting. So they do come in different sizes. They're just all flat. So if you were driving by, you wouldn't even know this was a cemetery.
Damn it. Thomas was 1804 to 1805. I keep finding all the babies. It's like I'm being drawn to them.
Another baby, huh?
It's my fourth one. I feel like they're calling me to them.
You really brighten up in the cemetery. You really like this place. That's cool.
Oh no, I found another baby. William, 1802 to 1803. Was that brought here to speak to the children?
Maybe. All right, here's one where you can't even see anything on it. I mean, I wonder if it's been turned over or something, because there's nothing here. You see that?
Yeah, but it also depends on the quality of the stone or whatever that they got back at the time too, whether it was going to tarnish over weather or not.
She's
like
saying,
some of these, like the ones that we were just at that were really clear, that's a different kind of stone, and you can tell it's almost like a marble.
yeah, she's saying that the depending on the stone may determine whether you can see the inscription. But I mean, I wonder if it was been turned over. I ain't supposed to be turning that over, so I ain't gonna leave that alone. But yeah, you can't see a lick of what's supposed to be on there. So check out the neighborhood around here. You can see they kind of had a little colonial style. So you can see all that there that's around it. So this is probably where the original part of the town was, some of the old parts. I just think this is a really beautiful area to keep in memory of these people. The only people who come here now probably are, I doubt families come, because no one knew any of these people.
She came over with 43 couples.
43 couples arrived on Little Strength. I guess that was the name of the boat.
Yep.
Huh. That's kind of cool.
That was different in how they detailed it.
And guess what? She was never American because,
Nope.
well, I guess she was American colonialist, but she was never a part of this country because she died before that.
Right.
Wow, that's interesting.
She was 40. Theodore, 1742 to 61, Delaware Indian.
Oh, Theodora. I was about to be like
Theodore,
Alvin, Simon, Theodore. Check it out, guys. There's an actual Native American here that was born and died before this was a country. Check it out. Theodora. Now, I don't know if that was her original name or what this deal is. I don't know her history, but it says Delaware Indian, which is Lenape, who were the original inhabitants of this area. But see, Delaware Water Gap at Minnesink. That's pretty cool. So we've seen everything. Let's see if we can see different,
This young lady died of smallpox.
let's see if we can see different races and different people from different countries around here.
A mulatto slave.
Okay, so we got Cornelia. She was born in New York, I think. She was a mulatto slave. The Horsfields received into church. So if you remember looking at my Junaluska video, they didn't even bother to give stones to slaves. You know, you can see the difference in how people were treated. Up here, up I guess Pennsylvania is where you start to call the North. They thought this woman deserved a headstone, and here it is. Where in Junaluska, the whole one section of it was the black section, and it had no headstones. A Mohegan. So this is another native, Joseph. I think sometimes when the natives were converted to Christianity, they adopted Christian names, and this is Joseph. Another Mohican, another native. We got this weird stone over here. I think it just has somebody's name, James something. A little small one. Another one, kind of basic. Another one basic. I don't even know if that has a name on it. And then we have interesting ones like this, like Rosina Ziesberger. Oh, she doesn't even have a birth date. No one has any idea, so we don't know how old she was. Rosina is a cool name. So Julie just found a few of them that are pretty much lost to history, because you see this little tiny hole down here, and you can't see anything really. This was our first trip here in Bethlehem. Second stop is a special place. If you know me and see my videos, you know one particular place, one particular store that I really enjoy stopping in and checking out. So let's go there now. So on my way to my next destination, I'm just kind of walking through Bethlehem and checking out some of the old buildings here. So I don't know the history behind them yet, but here's the Moravian parish. But these are definitely some old buildings. So I'm imagining this is originally where the town began. So this one, okay, 1817. I didn't see one on that building there. And there's the church. I don't know what church that is. Old chapel. The second place of worship. Here, many noted persons of the American Revolution heard early Moravian music and the gospel. Prominent clergy were Bishop Nitschmann, Spangenberg, de Wattenville, and Etwin. Those names are pretty hard to pronounce. And here is another street, again with old houses and structures here. Huh. So they used to also teach native languages here. Place of the only school for the teaching of Indian languages. The Treaty of Friendship between the Nanticoke and the Shawnee Indians and the Moravian Brethren was made in the Saul of 1752. I'm not sure what that means. Many notable conferences both in colonial and revolutionary periods were held in the building, now a home for the aged. This is colonial America for you. The Widow's House, Moravian Theological Seminary. All right, that's what that is. We'll head back down here. So you got the old shutters going on. Moravian University, tenant parking only. Hi. All right. Is this your home?
Yes.
It is your home?
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Is it okay if I talk to you real quick? I'm just documenting the area.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean.
Actually, this is the. Go ahead. But,
So how long have you lived here?
about 10 years.
10 years?
Yeah.
And why here? Why did you decide here?
Well, because I lived up the street, and this is actually was the pastor's home for the Central Moravian Church.
Wow.
That's right across the street here.
Interesting.
And the pastor that was here when he retired, the new pastor already had a home, so we decided to rent down here and be right across from the original Gemeinhaus, which was the original center of the community for the Moravians back in 1741.
How fascinating.
It's
I
great.
mean, this is a really, there's so much history here. I just came from the cemetery, which was really interesting.
You're in God's Acre up there?
God's Acre, yeah.
Good for you.
So it's pretty quiet around here?
Good for you.
What's it like living around here?
Well, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful town. It has you're in the historic district now. We're the first national historic district in the state of Pennsylvania.
You just told all my viewers something new. This was the first historic district?
National historic district in the state of Pennsylvania.
Interesting.
And then when it was established, and it's the home of the original Moravian settlement. This area is part of got nominated this year by the U.S. Department of Interior to be a World Heritage Site, a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
Wow.
Moravian Church settlements around the world were established in the 1700s.
That's
and
awesome.
so we're going to be one of the Moravian Church, hopefully, by next year, one of the Moravian Church settlements on the World Heritage List, along with in Denmark and Northern Ireland and Herrenhut, Germany, which was the mothership, if you will, of the Moravians that settled here in the 1700s.
Wow. Cool. Thanks for sharing it. One last question. So
Yes, sir.
I saw that the town was called, I think it was Christmas Town or something or other, because it displayed the first decorated Christmas tree in America.
Yes, it was in this building.
So it must
right
be
here.
beautiful here
It was
during
right
Christmas.
in that building and right there. And at Christmas time, we're called the Christmas City,
The Christmas City.
USA.
Yeah.
And Christmas time is we're alive, and it's very festive, and obviously we
Do
celebrate.
you decorate your house?
We decorate.
Yeah.
Everybody decorates.
Wow.
But
Oh.
it's not major decorations actually. It's very subtle.
Subtle.
It's white candles in the windows.
Okay.
And all of the homes that you see here in the historic district and downtown. Downtown is decorated magnificently, and in historic Bethlehem right here. So
Wow.
it's a great place to visit at Christmas time and any other time of the year.
Well, thank you very much. I really
Thank you.
appreciate you sharing with me. Sorry to disturb you.
No
Leaf
problem.
blowing.
Just
Cool.
cleaning up some leaves.
Take care, man.
Great.
All right, y'all. I am in Bethlehem, downtown Bethlehem. So we're gonna check it out. I mean, it's a historic town, and I want to show you what it looks like. So, Hotel Bethlehem. This is it. There's an old building back there. It's a Woolworth building. That's an old building right there. You can see the advertisements on the side. So you can see they hooked the town up. So a lot of the founding fathers like Thomas Jefferson, George Washington, Alexander Hamilton came here. As a matter of fact, George Washington left his stuff here, I believe, during the Revolutionary War. He left his belongings, his effects as they call it, here in this town. The Second Continental Congress also came here during the Revolutionary War for one reason or the other. All right, and so my destination is, if you know me, you guessed it, it's a bookstore. It's either a library or bookstore. You know I love to read, but this bookstore is the oldest bookstore in the world, so we're gonna go check it out. They got a really nice Hotel Bethlehem, so it looks kind of fancy. Got the people, valets hooking up, taking in your car somewhere. And this we should be coming up on this bookstore anytime, so it's called the Moravian Bookstore. So they have a lot of influence on this town's history. Some good things about them is they believed in equality, which is why we saw at the cemetery that those stones were flat, because they thought everyone was equal. And here we are, the Moravian Bookshop. So let's go in and check it out. Thank you. Hi. So this is the bookstore. So Moravian University is the university around here, and as you can see, 1742 is when they were established. So, hi.
Welcome to the Moravian Bookshop.
Thank you. So we got the little ornaments here.
If you ever bought me this as an ornament.
Dang, I was just getting ready to get that. There's some pictures of the town. So there's Main Street, how it used to look again. And yeah, it's pretty old. They used to have a trolley going down here on Broad Street. Funny thing is, I never heard of Bethlehem, Pennsylvania before I looked up the cemetery. So we got over here, no unpaid merchandise. So what's this here? I don't see any books, but so we got the fake books over there, and it's a little cafe here. So we found the books. Well, these are the kids' books, and there's all kinds of cool games and stuff for everybody. Picture books, records. Here are the books. Not exceptionally large, but it is old and it has books. You know, there are a lot of places in towns that don't even have bookstores anymore. Can you believe that? I am a big nonfiction reader, but I also read some fiction here and there. It's mostly science fiction. But since this is a school, they probably have a lot of books that I would like. Probably some books I don't like. Guns, Germs, Steel, read that. That's a good one. I'm a little disappointed, slightly, because I thought maybe it would look older, but I think they've renovated it quite a bit, which, I mean, it's nearly 300 years old, so I don't know what I was expecting, but it's still a pretty cool place. So, what do you think?
Great.
I always appreciate it when they take care of these old towns, because you know, I go through some older towns as I travel, and they're worn down. And you know, due to a lot of different circumstances, it's not that the residents necessarily don't take pride in it. It's often that there's not enough money. This place has a university and it's very popular and historic, so people here, and taxes run through the town, so they're able to take care of it. That's not always the case. But either way, it looks beautiful. And you can see the history. Very friendly people. Every shop I go in, people are ultra friendly. Food looks good. Yum. So this is the Woolworth building. Y'all remember Woolworth? It was bound to happen one day, but have you ever had life hit the mute button unexpectedly? Well, my microphone just did that in the middle of my filming. But before we wrap up, this is the Sun Inn. It was licensed by King George III in 1758. It served as an inn for non-Moravians by the Moravians. Notable American revolutionary figures stayed here, such as George and Martha Washington, Alexander Hamilton, Benjamin Franklin, John Adams, and it also hosted Joseph Bonaparte, who was King of Spain and Naples, an older brother of Napoleon. It lodged 51 chiefs and warriors of the Iroquois nation. It ceased operations in 1961. The Sun Inn Preservation Association formed in 1971 to save it. It was added to the National Register of Historic Places in 1978. It was restored to an 18th century appearance and now operates as a museum, restaurant, tavern, and micro distillery. This was a great little trip with one of my lifelong friends. Julie has supported me and my channel from the jump. Julie, thanks so much for your support and encouragement, and thanks for being my travel sidekick and helping with this video. Everybody, let me know what you thought of Bethlehem and the cemetery in the comment section. If you liked the video, share it and subscribe to see my future adventures. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one.